What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you don't mind taking things slow because today we're drawing a snail. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to download this character content. And you can do that by simply clicking the link in the description below, and then you can print it off so that you're working in the same space that I'm in, where your instructions, your character content is on the left, and your workspace is on the right. If this is too small, simply print this off, or take a picture of it and then set it off to the side, and then work on a separate piece of paper for your drawing. What are we working with today? Same as usual, we're going to do an HB pencil to draw this thing. We're going to clean it up with our kneaded eraser. If you want, after you do get where you get rid of any of your unwanted marks or smudges, you can ink it in a fine black marker, and then you can finish it off in whatever medium you want. I'm going to do pencil crayons, and I am not going to outline mine in the fine tip black marker or pen or whichever you like. So I'm going to go drawing, eraser, and then pencil crayons. All right, so let's put everything off to the side except for that HB pencil, and let's get right into it. So if you're new to the character content, what it is, it's just like building Lego or baking a cake. I'm going to walk you through the steps, the instructions here, and by the end of it, we're going to get our snail. So let's kick things off with a sphere, and that's going to be our snail's face, okay? And we're going to do that, if this is the middle of the paper, we're going to do that kind of up and to the left. So I encourage you, I know it sounds kind of tacky or corny, but keep it light till you know it's right. It's just easier to erase any unwanted marks or smudges. If mine's darker, it's just so that you can see it better on the screen. All right, so around and around as light as you possibly can. Okay, I'm gonna lock in the face somewhere here. Cool, awesome. Okay, so that's gonna be our face. Now what we're gonna do is, if this pencil represents right in the middle, dividing the face from the left and the right hand side, we are going to do a curved line like a C that extends above it starts above the head and extends down off to the bottom here. And you just broke up the face from the left and the right side. Now, I'm going to put a pencil here too, breaking the face from the top and the bottom up evenly. And we're going to draw like a smiley face line, and we're just going to do it like where the top of the pencil is. So just a little bit above. And if yours isn't quite like that, it's okay. You can just drop in an eye line wherever. Now you might be like, hey, snails don't have eyes on their face. It's kind of like, I always want to say antennas, but there's the tentacles and then the eyes are kind of above it, right? So, like they're not here. So what we're going to do is we just have them as reference, just where we're going to extend off of, okay? So remember, these aren't set in stone. It's just kind of as a guideline there to help us out. Now, just bringing this into the frame because I love using this. Just as reference, our character is going to be in a 3/4 front left view. All right, so it's going to be facing the viewer's left. Alrighty, so step 1 is done. All right, let's get into step 2. Step 2 is going to be the mouth, and this is where kind of our reference line can come in, I guess. So we're just going to go just off to here and maybe just a little bit below, and we're going to actually, before we even get into that part here, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, this part of the mouth will be up here, but I'm going to start actually at the top of the head, okay? And I'm going to curve down, and as soon as I hit that eye line, like here, what I'm going to start to do, okay, that eye line here, is I'm going to start to curve in. So it looks like a C here, right? I'm going to start to curve in, and I'm going to come up to that line that I was talking about, okay, like right up here. So see, it's like a big U, and this is step 2. It's like a big U, and it's capped off with like a frown, that frown line, okay? Like a lowercase n. So big U, lowercase n. All right, now what we're going to do is, and I'm going to just darken this up just a little bit so you can see it. Nice. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come inwards a little bit, right? And I'm just going to curve like that backwards C down to the bottom of the sphere here, or wherever you simply like. And what we're going to be doing is from here, we're going to end here, and we're just going to bring this up like a big U, okay? It's a big U like that. You could, this is why I like drawing light. If you don't like that, if you want to shrink the mouth, just simply get rid of it, okay? And you can bump it up. Sometimes when I do, like I'm doing a drawing, sometimes I'll give myself like multiple lines just so I can kind of see which one looks better. All right, so we got the top, bottom, left, and right side of the mouth. We're going to drop in the tongue. Now, the tongue is just simply like a heart, right? Minus the bottom. But if that helps you like to draw an actual heart and then just erase the bottom, go ahead and do it. If not, we're just going to start here, and we're just going to curve down. We're going to grab it just almost in the center here. I'm going to curve down again. It's almost like an M, lowercase m in here. And you can make the tongue as big or as small as you like. Cool. See the teeth? This line here represents the teeth. So we could pick it up right here. You could go all the way over here, right? You could go from the corner, wherever you want. Here, I'll go from the corner here this time. We're just going to curve over to here. And that might change a little bit later. I might erase some. All right, cool. Now what we can do is we're just going to, it's not in there, but we're just put a little bit of a triangle here. Break up so it doesn't look like your snail's wearing a mouth guard. Cool. All right, step 3. So 2's done. Step 3 is just basically see the left, the bottom, and the right side of your snail's like mouth here. What we're going to do is we're going to replicate that, and we're going to give our snail a jaw. So this is the distance between here. Just try to maintain that all the way around, but we're just going to replicate that shape, okay? Give them a big jaw, whichever. And we're just going to come up to here, kind of join back up with that sphere. Nice. Step 3 is done. All right, let's go into step 4. And step 4 is going to be, again, I always want to say antennas, but the tentacles here, okay? So what we have is our first set here is almost like this, okay? It kind of shoots upwards like this. And our second set is more like they're curved like this. They're both going the same direction. All right, so let's start about here. Okay, we can give ourselves a little bit of reference marks. And what we're going to do is we're just going to extend off the face, okay? You can extend as long, like as far as you want here. You can see how they just kind of shoot up like that. Cool, let's go something like that. Nice and sketchy. All right, so we did it there. Now this tentacle's in behind, so it's on the other side of the face, and we're just gonna look at the distance between the eyes here. You can just make sure you have some, okay? I'm gonna do mine more, I think I'm gonna go like here. Okay, so it's just slightly like that backwards, see? Like ever so slightly. And nice, got the tentacles done, step 4. Alrighty, so step 5 are the actual eyeballs, okay? And if you look, it's just 2 circles, and then it's kind of like sitting in like the sockets here. So ignore the sockets, like the outside of the eyes, just focus on the 2 circles, okay? And we're gonna do this eye first and then this eye second. So see here, see how this comes up? All I want you to do is just like right off this part here, let's just draw in a circle. You can see here, I always just go around and around and around. And then it starts to tighten up. Cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick it up from the top part of the eye here. I'm going to come around like this. I'm going to come down here, and then I'm going to curve into the tentacle there. All right. And then at the bottom part here, I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to just go right into this part here. And do you see actually this part right here? I'm going to, just so you can see it, I'm going to get rid of that. Cool. And this curves down underneath. Nice. All right. So the second eye here. Now, it's okay to draw through this, right? You don't want to, it's some people will draw here and they'll get it so they don't draw through this. But remember, the more you go around, it's easier to draw circles and ovals when you actually go right through and you don't start or stop halfway, okay? So look here, we're just going to do the same thing off this point here. Let's just draw in our second circle. Cool. See how we were so worried about that going through here? Well, look, just get rid of it now. That's why it's so beneficial to draw light. Same thing, let's pick it up on the top part here. Just curve down. Let's pick it up on the bottom part here. Let's curve in here, okay? So same thing, this part comes down here. Just links back up. And this part is here. Nice, I like it, looks cool. And if you want to, like, see the eye here, it's okay if it actually just comes even over a little bit more. So you might not see too much of this part over here. But again, you're the artist. You do what you feel looks best. Cool, I like it. Okay, step 5 is done. Step 6. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the actual like iris themselves. So what I wanna do is we're gonna draw one circle. All right, and then we're going to draw a second circle that's much smaller. And this is a highlight. This is where actually the light is beaming off of the eyes. And so this is going to be white, and then we're going to draw our third circle inside, and this is going to be black, and this is a pupil. So this outer ring now becomes whatever eye color we want. So blue, green, brown, heck, it could be whatever color you really want. So let's kick them off. Let's go right here. Let's give our snail some nice big eyes because we want a nice little area to work in here. So we can see the color of the eyes. So we go one circle, followed by that second small one. It's a highlight. And go into our third one here. We're going to color this in black so you can clearly see. Okay, let's go into, we did it once, let's do it again. Let's go into our second eye here. And again, this is going to get cut off a little bit, so it's cool. Always draw the complete circle. So one circle, two for the highlight, the little one. Draw your third circle. And what you can do is you can just color that in. Awesome. Snailed it. All right. Yeah, I just said that. Okay, step 7. All right, step 7 is going to be, see this little frown line here? What that is it just comes right off here. And it's just, see how this one is like this? This one, just curve it a little bit. And what that is it's a cheek. All right. And even though we don't have this, we can actually put like a second line in here. That backwards, see? Just to really sell that cheek. Cool. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly just do this. I'm going to, you know that sphere that we have? I'm just going to darken this up so you can see where I've done the face. I like it. It's looking really, really cool. All right. Step 8. Step 8, you can see is like these little circles. You have 3 of them. So I just like doing freckles. I said this in another video. I like doing them in triangles. So you can see like the triangle pattern here. And you can do them as circles like this. You can color them in black, color them in red. It could just be like spots on your snail. Heck, you can put as many of these as you want all over the place. I just like putting the 3 in like that. Cool. Our face is done. All right, let's get the neck and like kind of like body going. All right, so let's go step 9. Is going to be here, okay? So we have kind of this like proper C. And what we're going to do is see here, we kind of left this space in between, right? So we're just going to pick this up here. What we're going to do is we're just going to curve down a little, right? And then determine, like I always say this, like determine how wide you want the neck. And like I've been drawing for a while, so, you know, sometimes I don't do that. But when you're first starting out, yeah, little references like that are key. And this looks like a backwards S, okay? Just gonna backwards S this. Nice, I love it. Cool. Step 9 is done. Step 10, okay? So we're gonna go, step 10 is going to be the top line here. And step 11 is gonna be this one underneath. Okay, and what this is gonna form actually the lip of our shell, okay? So what it is just like a curve down a little bit like a lowercase n, get into a nice big U, and then we're going to actually just curve like a lowercase n again. So it looks something like this. All right, so let's start here. Let's curve down. Okay, so we're going to come down here, and then let's get into that big U here. Let's curve back on up. So this is the bottom of the shell. Step 10 is done. And then step 11 is the top of the lip here. So again, you can determine like this, how high you want it to be. And if you're ever wondering, like, right, you can use your pencil, put the tip on the top part here and like pinch it where it meets the shell. You can measure out if you really, really want to. Otherwise, like, look, you can do stuff like this, get a feel for it. Okay, I want it to be this high, get a feel for it, and then just come over here. So it's pretty similar if you want, but it's cartoon, anything goes. Don't be too fussy. All right, so it's the same thing. See this line? It's the same thing. It's just got a little more oomph to it. So curve like this. And we're just going to get into that nice big U shape. We're going to curve back up like this. We're going to come right around here because this is going to meet up with our little tail here. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this down just a little bit more. I'm going to connect the body in here so it looks like it's going inside. Awesome. Okay, so I just drop mine down a little bit. Cool. Step 11, done. Let's go step 12. Let's get into the tail. All right, so the tail is just this really stretched out backwards C. And we can manipulate this any way we want. So imagining it's coming through like this. You know, I'm just going to turn it down here. Nice. And I'll curve this around here, shorten it up a little bit. Nice, and I'm actually gonna get tighter to the tail here. So I'm gonna get rid of this too. Right, so important to draw this thing light so you can do stuff like that, so you can modify it. Cool. I think I'm gonna work something like that. Alrighty. Nice. All right, let's give this guy a little bit of a home here. All right, so this house is on his back. All right, if you're feeling a little sluggish, don't draw the shell, because then he'd be a slug, right? But he's a snail. We're gonna do that, make him a happy camper here. Let's give him a little home. Now, you could do like a perfect circle if you want. Like you could do something like this. If you want to really go for the circle, look. Or you can kind of do it more like of a hill here, like where it comes up like this. I think I'm gonna go more like this. Give him more of like the hump here. Awesome, I like it. Again, you want to do it more like a circle, do a circle, more like a hump, do a hump. Now the fun part is this little like pig's tail kind of curly action going on. And you just start in the center, and all you're going to do is you're going to go to the left, Beyonce style, right? To the left, to the left. All right, let's curve this way, and we're just going to go around and around. Okay, you can see I'm going around, around, and as soon as I hit this side here, I am going to stop. So see here? Trace it back, just to show you here. I hit the side, I'm going to stop. Now, just to give it a little bit more oomph, okay? So I didn't do this here, but I'm going to do it here. So I'm going to pick this part up. You're done, but if you want, I'm going to pick this up, join back up with the shell here. And then I'm just going to come off from the side here. So what I've done is, see here, I've created like this little, let's call it like a 3. See how this is really smooth, it goes up. And here I kind of indented it a little bit, just to give the shell a little bit more oomph, a little bit more pizzazz, right? Nice. And guess what, everybody? That was, where are we, the shell here? Step 13 done. So let's bust out that kneaded eraser here. Okay, and what we can do is my favorite, right? You can roll it in a sausage link. You can do that on the surface here too, and you can just simply roll over this. If you don't have a kneaded eraser, that's cool. Just use whatever you have, right? The one reason I like this is just because I really like doing the rollover. It pulls off layers at a time, but you can glide over this. You can use a sticky tack. You can do that with a pink eraser too, but or a white one. Just nice and light. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Now, I'm not going to do this, but this is where you can ink it in your fine black marker. I am going to use pencil crayon. I'm going to color mine in. Best of luck, everybody, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, everybody, and there you have it. Hopefully you had fun doing this one with me. I know that I had a lot of fun coloring this one in. Please make sure that if you feel comfortable, you can share your drawings with me at myart_teacher at Instagram and on TikTok. And until next time, everybody, snailed it. Take care.